Darryl Linington here from techitout.co.za, and I'm here with Brendan McAravey from Citrix South Africa, who's going to be discussing SD-WAN, what it is and how it can help your business.
Thanks, Darryl. SD-WAN stands for Software-Defined Wide Area Networks. A WAN is typically used by a company to connect its data center or its corporate head office with remote geographically dispersed branches. What SD-WAN is new networking technology that allows you to deploy WANs with greater flexibility, higher performance and lower cost. I think it's a good starting point is just to contrast what people typically do today. So if you're a company, you typically go to one service provider and you buy an MPLS wide area network. You typically sign a contract for 2 to 3 years and you're locked into that vendor. What that vendor will do is will give you two lines. One's an active line and one's a passive line. You pay for both. The second line, the passive line, is sold to you at a reduced cost, but you don't get use out of it. Then the nature of those lines is that the failover between active and passive lines is not seamless, which means that if you have to fail over at any point in time, there is impact to the business. There's downtime for the end users. So what you see is companies are willing to tolerate a certain amount of degradation in the line before they make the decision to fail over. Another drawback around MPLS is that you're limited to one service provider. So if you're looking for coverage, you want to open a new branch, a new location. If your service provider doesn't have coverage in that area, you may have to wait a couple of months before you can extend your WAN to that area. Another drawback of MPLS networks today is that they're extremely expensive. On average, a 4 meg MPLS line will cost the same price as a 100 meg internet or Metro E line. So these are sort of the challenges that people face in deploying wide area networks today using MPLS. Why do they use MPLS? Well, it's pretty reliable. They get great visibility and of what's actually happening on their wide area network. And then there's always the one throat to choke. You have one service provider to go to. How does SD-WAN change all this? Well, as I said, SD-WAN is new technology. And typically what you do is you put a master control unit, an appliance in the data center, and a second unit in the branch. You then can connect multiple links from multiple suppliers to these devices. Through software and the intelligence of the SD-WAN, you actually virtualize all these different links. And the bandwidth associated with these different links become available to the wide area network. And then what you can do is, because you're monitoring these links in real time, sub 50 milliseconds, you're able to decide packet by packet which is the best link to use in sending down the data. This results in actually a much higher performance at lower cost, because you can now use different internet links. The other benefit is, I spoke about it earlier, is if you want to open, for example, a new retail branch, let's use Mall of Africa, for example, and your service provider doesn't actually have connectivity there, you can go to a different service provider, simply take a link from them, connect it to your SD-WAN appliance, and you automatically can extend your WAN.
So Brendan, what sort of telecommunications connectivity could a business use when it comes to SD-WAN?
The great thing about SD-WAN is you're not limited to one type of medium. So you can use the existing MPLS, you may decide to use Metro E for internet connectivity, or you may decide to use LTE. For example, we've got a couple of clients that have spoken to us recently around the Mall of Africa, where there is actually no MPLS coverage. And what they're looking to do is to use LTE and ADSL to provide connectivity to extend their virtual WAN.
So Brendan, how quickly can you extend your WAN by using SD-WAN?
This is one of the key benefits of SD-WAN. As I mentioned, with an MPLS wide area network, it may take you 2 to 3 months to get connectivity to a new branch or retail outlet. With SD-WAN, once you've decided what your connectivity medium is, whether it's wireless, LTE, ADSL, or Metro E, literally taking the appliances out of the box and setting up takes you 2 to 3 hours.
So Brendan, why Citrix for SD-WAN?
What is Citrix's experience in networking? Well, Citrix has been in the business of connecting people to their data, which has a networking element for the last 25 years. In the SD-WAN space, Citrix has taken an early leadership position with its NetScaler SD-WAN product, and we feel we are very well positioned to assist companies in making this transition from traditional wide area networks to the new and exciting SD-WAN with lower cost, higher performance, and greater flexibility. Brendan McAravey, Country Manager of Citrix South Africa.